613 on the travel bucket list. I am currently walking through to the Natural History Museum in central London, and I'm very excited to cross off two things. That's right, two things off of my bucket list. The first one is I am going to be crossing off and looking for a very famous rock that Superman would hate to see. I'm actually crossing off find kryptonite. So apparently, from what I hear, kryptonite is sitting in somewhere around the rare minerals section. But as you can see, the Natural History Museum is super famous. It's basically David Attenborough's home. There's me poking a meteorite because, you know, hey, that's cool. And here's a rock from Mars. But eventually, after a little bit of perusing, I eventually found the Red Zone Gallery, which is where I was heading to. And after just a couple minutes, I finally found it. I found the kryptonite. That little rock there is kryptonite. And I'm super happy to cross it off. And I really, really love it. But now, the second thing that I'm crossing off my bucket list is the Darwin Spirit Center. Now, it's not where Darwin used to drink. This is a huge collection of a bunch of animals in ether jars. You kind of imagine like a evil genius from like Frankenstein's monster, but actually it's way professional. It's super organized and clean, and they have hundreds of thousands of them. All of these are incredibly flammable as well, which I learned. They're like, if you light a cigarette here, we'll all blow up, which is crazy to think about, but it makes sense. It's ether. But it is really interesting to look at all of these different specimens. Even some of them could be upwards of hundreds and hundreds of years ago, that when they were caught. And it's interesting to think how well preserved they are. Like, this is giant octopus bits because it's famous for its giant octopus. But that's coming up in a couple seconds. This, though, is just a bunch of random pieces of fish in that, which I was quite excited to see. Here is a baby rhinoceros, if I'm not mistaken. But as you can see, there's so much here. And this isn't everything. These are just really old specimens. This is the snake section. I like how they coiled up in there. And they're used for science and genealogy, which is really cool. But in the end of the day, I came here to actually see the collection of Darwin, and the collection is right here. So Darwin, the famous guy, Darwin's Theory of Evolution, this is his collection, and it's just sitting there. I can't believe it. But I very happily got a cross off on my bucket list right behind the giant squid. Look at that. I crossed off Darwin's Spirit Collection. Thank you so much for watching. Lots of love, Dane. Is it bad that I think I want to step on it?